G'day guys, my name's Wolfman and I'm here to take you through a quick bodyweight workout that can be done anywhere at any time. There's no equipment, so really there's no excuses. But before we get started, I just want to make you aware of the benefits of exercise. Not just the physical, which everyone can probably rattle off straight away, but when we're dealing with whole health of a person. Now, when we're talking about whole health, we're not just talking about the physical, we're also looking at the mental, the social, emotional, environmental, existential. So there's a lot more going on there to a whole health of a human than just the physical or what you can see or think. Okay, so if we're talking about exercise, you can rattle off a couple with physical. You can say, builds muscle, helps you maintain weight. It also increases bone density as well, and even cardiovascular strength. And that's great. But we also want to look at the other side. So what about mental? Okay, mental benefits of exercise. Great for clarity, great for focus as well. Make you feel like you got more energy. Okay, we can also move into emotional. So it's great for stress management and also relieving the symptoms of anxiety, which is a great benefit for a lot of people out there. And then you can even go through the social benefit or the relationship benefit. Now, when you're going through exercise, you develop these traits, like a certain confidence, which also builds the way you see yourself within a crowd compared to other people, which we might not all admit to or might not all acknowledge straight away, but it definitely is there. So when you're talking about exercise, there's not just the little things that you can see straight away, but there's also a whole holistic approach to it. All right, so without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it. All right, before we start with any physical activity or exercise, we need to warm up the body. So we're going to start with a little bit of mobility. Okay, so we're just going to start with the legs nice and wide apart. Okay, you're going to reach over to one side, come back to center, reach over to the other. Okay, a little bit of a Merv Hughes if anyone's a cricket fan out there. So this is great for blood flow, gets the muscles all warmed up, so you're ready to go and avoids injuries. All right, we'll go for a twist now. Twist to one side, twist back to the other, kind of like you're swinging a bat. Notice how I'm coming up onto one toe on the side I'm spinning away from. This is great mobility for your spine. Couple more. Really move the shoulders around too. Nice. All right, so bring the knees into our chest now, standing up. Just helping out the glutes and the hammies. Nice little shuffle and pull the other one in. Make sure you're not arching your back heaps when you're doing this, okay? So it's actually supposed to come from the glute pulling it into your chest, okay? So keep that range there. Jump down the ground now. Little rolling calves, okay, so you just in push-up position, bum goes up in the air, and then push one heel into the ground, and then the other. Really helps if you've been sitting down all day and haven't been doing much. Alright, then we're going to take a knee and open up our hips, okay, so we've been sitting down all day, you need to drive the hips forward, and then drag back for the hamstrings as well. So this will help if you've been stuck at your desk all day, the hips are tightening up. Gets them mobilized for what we're about to do. Okay, we'll go one more, really drive through the hips, notice I'm not arching my back. And then drag back into the hamstrings, swap legs. Hips thrust forward, we're leaning forward, you should feel it here. Maybe a little bit of high hamstring on the glute as well on the other leg. Good, we'll go two more. And last one. Alright, nice. Then start bouncing around on the feet a little. Okay, get them warmed up, so there's going to be some jumps in that involved as well. And start jogging on the spot. A few star jumps to finish off. And that should do it. Alright, so this should take just between about 7 minutes, just a little bit less than 10. We're going to do everything for about 30 seconds, we'll have about 30 seconds off, and then progress into something else. So what I've done is created 5 different base movements, okay? Or sections, or positioning, sorry. So we've got squats to start with, which is a fundamental movement. Then they're going to build into different difficulties of squats, okay? Then we've got lunges, different difficulties after that. Then we've got a prone position one, which is when your chest is down the ground, and then a supine one when you're on your back, okay? And then a little bit of a combination or a cardio version as well, all right? So we're going to start with squats. If you've never done a squat before, you haven't been taught properly, you need to have your feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out, okay? And when you're sitting back, you sit your hips back first, knees always track with the toes, okay? So you never have your knees all the way over the front, and your heels must stay on the ground, okay? So we'll go through them for 30 seconds. All right, let's go. So squatting down, nice and slow, standing up, squeezing the glutes to come up to the top, all right? Knees always tracking with the toes. If you're very comfortable with this, you can pick up the pace a little as well, but technique always comes first, okay? Nice, all right, we've got 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go into squat jumps. Now, if you think you're pretty good doing squats just like this, with your knees tracking, it can always change when you go to a jump. All right, let's go into jumps. So squatting down, land straight back down to the bottom, okay? So no stiff legs at the top, squatting down, all the way up, straight back into it. Good, knees always tracking with the toes, sitting back on your heels while you're doing it, over halfway. Good, 10 more seconds, and we're going to go to a jump twist. Okay, so you're going to jump about 90 degrees. Also jump up and twist the legs 90 degrees. All right, so squatting down, jump face that way, back in. Good. Straight down, go again. This one gets the heart rate pumping a little bit more. And this is a great variation of a squat to do as well. Good, guys, try and stay with it. Remember technique first. Good, 10 more seconds. Really turn the body all the way across. Gets the core engaged. Using your trunk. 2, and time. Alright, your legs should be burning from that one, but we're going to double it up anyway with some lunges. Okay, so you've got forward lunges. You also got backward lunges. We've got lateral ones, but we're not doing them today. Okay, so we start with forward ones. Both forward and reverse. It's always the front leg doing the work, okay? So as you lunge forward, you're pushing away with that front leg. You lunge back, you're driving forward off that front leg, okay? So standing back, you may have got one, stepping forward, we're going to change in between legs each time. All right, you ready? Let's go. Step forward, back to neutral, and then to the other one. Keep changing in between. All right, same as before, or with all leg activities, your knee needs to track with your toe. Okay, notice my hip position as well. Putting all my weight in the front leg and I'm pushing away. This isolates the quads. All right, good. Keep working through it. You do as much as you can. Then we're going to go into the reverse lunge. Okay? Stepping back, stepping forward. Okay, all the weight is over the front leg. If your knee is behind your ankle, it's a bad position. And if your knee is too far over your toes, it's also a bad position. Okay, so make sure putting all the weight on that heel, driving yourself up again. Good, 10 more seconds, then we're going to go into jumps. So you're going to jump the feet apart, switch over straight for the other one. Okay, you ready? In 2, 1, let's go. Jump in between the two. Do the transfer, that's it. If you're struggling for the depth, you can go a lot lower or a lot shallower. Move the arms as well. If not, keep pushing through it. Try and get that height, all the way on the front leg. Good, 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Whew. That'll get you. Nice work. So next we're going to do prone positioning. Okay, so prone positioning just means your chest is facing the ground. So push-ups, planks, anytime that you're in this position, that's prone. Okay, so we've got 3 exercises for us. Walkouts, walking the hands away from the feet, coming back, push-ups, and then some shoulder taps. All right, 30 seconds of each. Try and stick with it. Technique as always. All right, 2, 1, starting from squat position. Walk out, let's go. Walking back, that is it. Try and pick up the pace if you're confident in it. Get your hands over the top of your head when you're at full stretch. Make it a little bit harder. And just make sure you don't have an arch in your back here so it doesn't look like that. Okay, just keep hips tucked under. So wrists under the shoulders, let's go. Elbows back, pushing up and away. Okay, if you're struggling with this, use your knees. Okay.
Make sure the hips are tucked under, chest touches the ground. Or you can go down on your toes and then up on your knees. Okay, one more. Beautiful. Everyone up on your toes now and shoulder taps. Touch the opposite shoulder. Try and keep the hips nice and still. As you can see, I'm rocking a little bit, but not too much. You don't want to be turning like that at all. Just want little taps. Nice control through your core. Keeping the hips tucked under. We've got 10 more seconds to be able to rest. Keep going, even if you can just hold whatever your ability lets you do. And you build on it. Time. Nice work. Alright, next we've got supine exercises, okay? So supine basically means your chest is now facing the sky. So sit-ups, glute bridges, all supine activities. So as today, going to be a Russian twist, sitting back at 45, rotating to touch the ground either side. Then we've got bicycles, where your leg goes out like you're riding a bike, elbow comes to the opposite knee, keeping the back squeezed down to the ground, and then opposite ankle touches. Touch the outside of one ankle, go around, touch the other. Try and keep your legs in the air. If you can't, still aim like they're up in that position. Okay, so starting with some Russians. You can have your feet on the ground, you can have them in the air for more difficulty. 2, 1, let's go. Touching either side of the ground. Now notice I'm actually turning my whole torso. Okay, it's not keeping my chest straight, just touching the ground. You want to twist through here, really work through the core the whole time. So put that strain on it. Try and keep the pace with it as well. Gets cardiovascular working a lot better. Okay, HIIT exercises. So high intensity interval training increases the ability for the benefits post exercise more than any other. Alright, time there. Alright, then straighten the bicycles. Use your legs like you're cycling and turn your body so your elbow touches the opposite knee. Okay, keep your shoulder blades off the ground. Keep twisting between the two. So just focus on your breathing, keep your back off the ground. Nice work, keep touching that knee, bring the elbow to the knee, not the other way around. Good, 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice work, legs go up straight away, touch the opposite ankle. Then keep those shoulders off the ground. If you can't keep your legs up completely straight, bend them and just act like your feet are still in the air. So you keep the shoulder blades off the ground, you're rotating side to side, very similar to the bicycle. Just a little bit more strength so the legs are staying up. Three, 2, 1, time. Supine activity's done.
Alright, and the last one's going to be the cardio one, or a little bit of a combination of exercises. So we're going to start with a sprawl, which is in a prone position, jumping the feet up to the hands. Then we're going to go straight into high knees, getting the knees around hip height, using the arms as well, like running on the spot. And then a speed skater, where you're jumping laterally side to side off that front leg. Alright, so a quick one for the sprawl. Feet push up position, feet come up, feet go back. Alright, you ready? Let's go. Then keep the shoulders over the wrists. Feet nice and flat, close to your hands, knees out. Three, 2, 1. Good. Jumping up, straight to high knees. Get the arms moving as well. Knees up at hip height. Three, 2,
1, and speed skaters. Jumping side to side, make sure the weight's all on your front leg, and you're sitting back, get your hips around knee height. Doesn't matter what the back leg does, it's all on the front one. Driving up through that heel. Nice guys, 5 seconds. 2, and 1. Nice work, that is it. Repeat it as many times as you can for a full workout.